The accession of George I to the British throne in 1714 was a moment of triumph for the Whig party. The new king, predisposed against the Tories because of their pacifism in the War of the Spanish Succession, formed a ministry composed solely of Whigs. In the elections of 1715, Whigs gained hundreds of seats to win control over Parliament and used their new majority to purge their Tory opponents from almost every governmental post. The Tory party furthered its fall from grace with its partial support for the failed Jacobite rising of 1715, earning a reputation in the Hanoverian court and the nation at large as the worst of traitors. In less than a year, the Whigs went from being a circumscribed opposition to enjoying total dominance over the English state, and with the Tory party in disarray, the Whigs seemed poised to retain that power for decades to come. By 1733, however, the Whig party's control over English governance looked far shakier, as it tried to pass an unpopular tax on wine and tobacco. On April 11th, as Sir John Percival recounted in his diary, a greater concourse of people than had been known any day before swarmed the door, lobby, and staircase at the Palace of Westminster. As the crowd continued to grow, a justice pulled out the Riot Act, but was dissuaded from reading it by the unruly people who cried, "Damn your laws and proclamations." Concerned for his safety, Prime Minister Robert Walpole escaped the building unnoticed through Lord Halifax's door at the back. The next week, a crowd assembled at Parliament again, and this time matters came to blows. The Whig courtier Lord Hervey was struck on the head, and Walpole's son Ned had a severe stroke on his arm. When the Prime Minister himself came through the door, the crowd hissed and insulted him, some even threatening that they would Julius Caesar him. As he made his exit, above 60 or 80 sticks were clattering above his and other gentlemen's heads, a theatrical, and no doubt terrifying, display of violence barely restrained. The people of London, it seemed, no longer supported the Whig ministry and were willing to go to dramatic means to express their discontent. Prime Minister Walpole would not be Julius Caesared. In fact, he and the Whig ministry he headed would continue in power for almost a decade after 1733.